I want to go over some of my most memorable moments in the Ferrell Center for Baylor wins basketball during the regular season. And I will say there are a lot of memories there, and I can't recall everything. And if I forget a game that was epic at the time, I I apologize. It it's just the games that I've been at personally. Number 12, like one of the games that was not listed was Baylor versus South Florida in 2019-2020 season. That fall in 2019, it was a struggle because there was no Lauren Cox, I believe, at the time due to injury and everything, and Baylor won that game 58 to 46 or something like that. Now, number 12 is Baylor versus Oklahoma State in 2017, that spring. And the final score was 89 to 67. It was the same day that Baylor played Kansas in men's basketball, and it was a tight loss and everything. Then I came back, and I remember as Oklahoma State assistant coaches at the time asked me if the students and me are going to behave. I didn't give a straight answer. I said, I can't say yes, I can't say no. I mean, I did give that answer twice. She asked that again. Obviously, another game that's memorable to me is Baylor versus Texas Tech. Not so much the score because it was 86 to 48 in 2017, but it was the last regular season game as a student. And of course, I have some other memories in the postseason in the Ferrell Center, like meeting Christy Wallace's stepmother and having a photo with Christy Wallace's stepsisters, two of them. Now, the top 10, and I'm going to start number 10 and go all the way up. Baylor versus UCLA in 2016 and 2017 season, like that fall. It was a tighter game. It was like 84 to 70 was the final score. And it was a game before UConn. And it was massive. It was a top 10 showdown. Now, number 9, Baylor versus Texas in 2018, where Baylor won 81 to 56. And my friend Christy Wallace went off for 27 points in that game. I still believe if she didn't tear her ACL on senior day, Baylor would have gone to the Final Four. But that's just me. And it's just guessing at this point. Number 8, Baylor versus Iowa State in 2022, where Baylor won like 87 to 62. It is a top 10 showdown. And this was Nikki Collins' first top 25 win at Baylor as a head coach, or as a head coach, period. Because at the time she was winless against ranked teams. And people wanted her fired despite being a first year head coach. And they were nuts. And that kind of got the monkey off her back on not winning against a ranked opponent. Number 7, Baylor versus UConn in 2019, that spring. And Baylor won 68 to 57 over then number 1 UConn. And Baylor ended a 126 game winning streak for UConn at the time. Gino just didn't know what to do during the game when it was clear that they were not going to win. They tried. It's just they didn't have an answer for the at all for what Baylor did in that game. Now, number 6, Baylor versus Notre Dame in 2011, in 2012 season, that fall of 2011. And this was the first 2 meetings against Notre Dame because, as we all know, Baylor went undefeated during the 2021, 2011 and 2012 season. If I could speak, I apologize about that. It was a very tight game. It was like 94 to 81. That's a memorable game for me. Number 5 was Baylor versus Texas A&M in 2009. And the final score was 63 to 60. It was a battle between 2 rivals, as we all know. Baylor hates Texas A&M. Texas A&M hates Baylor. Yeah, it's a rivalry in every sport. Doesn't matter what it is. Now, number 4 was this past year, actually, against Utah. I know it wasn't the best of crowd, but it was like halfway full. But this was the highest ranked win for Nick Collin in terms of the rankings. Utah was number 4 in the country, and it was 84 to 77. Number 3, Baylor versus UConn again, but it's like 2011-2012 season, when Baylor came back for double digits to win 66 to 61. That was the game right there that Baylor could have really lost and forget the unbeaten season during the regular season. Not just the whole season, but the regular season. That was the game. Number 2 for me is Baylor versus Texas Tech in 2022, like as in that spring. It was the first Big 12 title under Nicky Collin, despite an 0-2 start in the Big 12 and a depleted roster. Let's not forget, she had less than 10 players. And they had injury issues, and they had COVID issues at the time, and some of those losses, and people were just asking her to be fired after year 1. And during that season, come on. It's a first year coach. It's hard to take over a legend. Seriously. And it was not like that close. It was 82 to 57, but still. Now, number 1 for me, and it sticks out to me, Baylor versus Texas in that spring of 2016, when Baylor killed Texas 74 to 48 in the top 10 showdown. It was such a great crowd and everything. It was gold out, and Baylor used to do so good in gold outs at the time, and that was for the regular season title. And I remember, at the very end of the game, the security person actually asked the students, "Do you want to go down and storm the court, or get ready to storm the court?" And I participated in that. Of course, every Big 12 title, students to get down there, and all fans get down there to celebrate. And this was another Big 12 title under Kim Mulkey at the time. So that's just some moments that I recall the most. And like I said, I've been to a lot of games. It's hard to remember a lot of games. And there's not... Some of those games that I've been to were like, I know blowouts. It's just... Some of them are on a list. I meant the blowout ones that are only memorable because of the history of it. So... And everything... And a personal note on the Christy Walsh stuff, too. I mean, in that regular season game against Texas in 2018. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. On the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more, so more people could see, so I make money off of this. Of course, liking the video, commenting the video really helps the YouTube algorithm, so more people could see it. Sharing the video does help as well, so more people could watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Hit the notification bell as well.